We'll start with a statement from Coach York about his team coming into the regionals, and then we'll take questions for Patrick and for Bill. Coach York.
Andy, always good to be back in Worcester. A short trip, and it means it's you're playing in an NCAA championship hockey tournament. So late March, I can speak for all our players and our fan base. We're very proud of what we've accomplished, but really looking forward to playing in the NCAAs. I think in the past, we've been here a number of years, and Holy Cross has really organized and ran a terrific tournament along with the local people that run the rink. So we're looking forward to a terrific weekend.
All right, thank you, Coach. Questions for our student athletes, and we have 2 microphones, so if you have a question, we'll bring the mic to you, and then you can ask the question. Questions? Jen, please.
For Bill or Patrick, what's the team's confidence level coming into this weekend?
We're confident. We wish we could have been at the Garden for the Hockey East Finals, but that's behind us. And we're confident in our team. We've had a great 2 weeks of practice here, and we're excited for Denver.
Bill, you want to tackle that too? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we know what we've accomplished this year. It obviously didn't end the way we wanted it to, but we've learned from those mistakes we made against Notre Dame, and like Pat said, we've had 2 really good weeks of practice, and we're ready to go this weekend.
More questions? Jocko, right here, please.
This is for either Billy or Patrick. Jocko Conley, Boston Herald. This is for either Billy or Patrick. The beginning of the week, both of you kind of admitted that you didn't know too much about Denver. I'm sure Jerry's given you a crash course on your opponent, and you've watched film. What's your feeling about the Pioneers right now?
Well, they're certainly a hot team coming off their conference championship, so that definitely makes them dangerous because they're full of confidence. And one thing we focused on was their defense are really mobile offensive guys, so we just always have to be aware of where they are and make sure we're picking them up on the back check and getting in their shooting lanes.
Something we focused on the last 2 weeks was communicating on our back checking, making sure we're picking up the right guys. And we know Denver's got high-skilled defensemen that'll want to join the play, so got to make sure that we're covering our guys. And they also got a hot goalie right now. He's playing really well, and we got to make sure we pepper him with shots early.
Any more questions for the guys? I have one, if I may. Guys, hockey players you guys are usually students of history. So has Coach told you about what generally happens when Boston College plays in the first round here? And is that something you even think about going into this tournament?
Just growing up a BC fan, it's just kind of picked up on it. We know that BC generally has really good success here, but we're a different team than all those past years, and we have to pave our own path this weekend. So we're ready to do that.
We're gonna play our game, and we like how the season ended up last time we were here. So hopefully we can do that again.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Good luck to you tomorrow.
I talked to, I think it was Jocko earlier this week, but it's an interesting dynamic because it's Denver. But in 2004, when we were at the Boston Garden, the Frozen Four, Denver got knocked out in the quarterfinals against CC, I believe. Had a long layoff similar to what we have, and then actually won the national championship in '94. So there's been a precedent set for just because you lose in the quarters doesn't necessarily mean you can't win a national championship. And we feel, like I said, the kids they're confident, they feel they've got a good club, but we also understand how difficult it is to win anytime during the season, but to win on a regional level, the national level, it becomes that much more hard, much harder to win games.
Questions for Coach? Jocko, please.
How much of the game film have you seen Jerry, how much game film have you seen on Denver? And I know you're familiar with Jimmy
Yeah.
Montgomery from his days in the USHL in Maine, but what have you kind of ascertained and learned about Denver?
You know, like Billy alluded to, you know, they've got awful lot of goals that scored from the blue line. So they've got, and I saw Jimmy's quote in the paper one time that he says he's almost got 4 power play type defensemen, and you know, so many teams have to use a forward back on the point on the power plays, but so he's got some really gifted offensive defensemen. You know, I've always liked Britton in goal from way back when he played against us in some of the previous matchups we've had, and he certainly looks like he'll be a, you know, really a key cog on their team. But we don't try to overanalyze other teams. You know, hockey's still hockey. You know, if we forecheck well and we're funnel on the back check, play good D zone coverage, you know, that's not going to vary depending on who we play. And we got to be good in the special teams, and you know, we certainly need a big game from our young goaltender. I think he's okay. He had a bad collision in practice here, but he came back for the last 10 minutes of practice. But I think you know, we never want to get like football where you're 3rd down and 3. The tendency is they're always going to do this, and you know, hockey's such a fluid game, back and forth, that you've got to play your game. Otherwise, you'll be changing 40 times a year against different opponents. But we do respect teams that win, and we respect teams that win conference championships or any type of trophy, and we like those teams that have 7 next to their name as NCAA champions. So they've a great history of the Pioneers.
Question for Coach? Chuck in the back.
Coach, you're 45 minutes away from campus. 4 championships have come through Worcester. Is there a comfort level here in Worcester, and is it kind of a home away from home for you guys?
Well, they do have a Dunkin' Donuts here, which makes me feel a lot better. But you know, it's each team's different, like Billy mentioned, and this particular team is certainly capable of winning a national championship. But there's a number of other coaches in the field probably think they have the same type of club in front of them. So, but it's a good challenge for us, and we look forward to it.
Jen?
Coach, can you talk about Patrick Brown's contributions this season?
You know, if you'd asked me earlier in the year, I would have thought, you know, he's our captain. He's going to be a terrific leader for us. I never envisioned having the type of year he's had this year. He's become you know, really a top-end player, kills penalties, plays in the power play, and you know, he's from a player that when we won the national championship his sophomore year, he didn't play in any of the 19 games that we got really hot to at the end of the season. So he's gone from not playing his sophomore year, playing sporadically his freshman year, to, you know, really one of the key players in this particular team. So it's been great to watch. Keeps his uncle happy too.
More questions for Coach? All right, Coach. Looks like you got off pretty easy today.
Yeah, my wife didn't ask any questions.
Yeah,
That's kinda neat,
York, you want a question?
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
What's for dinner tonight? All right, thanks, guys.